We've learned one of the victims of the Orlando shooting had ties to Central Kentucky. Friends say Daryl Burt lived in Georgetown during part of his childhood, but most recently lived in Jacksonville, Florida, where he had just earned his master's degree. WKYT's Hillary Thornton shows us how he's being remembered here in the Bluegrass. She continues our top story team coverage at noon.
Daryl Burt, known as DJ, came up through the Scott County School District until his family moved away to Indiana. And while he only spent a couple of years here at the high school, he left a big impression on those who knew him.
When I learned that DJ was one of the people who had been killed, it put a face on the tragedy for me, and it was just awful.
Burt spent much of his childhood in Central Kentucky, growing up in Georgetown, attending Garth Elementary before then moving on to Georgetown Middle School, then the 9th grade school, and then high school. His family did move away, and Burt graduated from an Indiana high school back in 2005. Up until Sunday, Burt worked at Kaiser University in Jacksonville as a financial aid officer working with the school's military students. He was also still working hard on his own education, receiving his master's degree just hours before the shooting. Burt was also a very involved member of the Jacksonville Jaycees, a group dedicated to community service. The 29-year-old leaving a legacy of compassion and hard work. All things Kathy Owens, who taught Burt in the 9th grade, says he exemplified even as a young student.
None of those things surprised me. He was going to be one of those people that were successful in whatever they did, because he had people skills. He was engaging with other people, and he was willing to work hard. And you know, those two things will take you where you want to go.
Along with his kind heart and work ethic, something else they say they will never forget about Burt is his infectious smile. In Georgetown, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Now, school leaders and friends say that Burt was very loved at the university where he was working, and grief counselors are on hand for people who need them.